You might be surprised by this fact. The majority of your network don't know who you serve and what you can do for them. They might have an idea like, oh, you're in marketing, or you're in real estate, or you're a therapist, but they don't really know much more than that. So it's easy to generalize them all, but in reality, they're quite different in each of their own way. So how do you make it abundantly clear to your network? 4 ways. 1, direction. 2, focus. 3, confidence. And 4, consistency. So let's talk about direction. You need to know first and foremost who you serve and what you can do for them. If you don't even know that, neither will your audience. And now let's talk about focus. Again, just how we talked about each of those roles can look a little bit different for each person. You need to make sure that your focus and your niche is very clear. Narrow down who your audience is very specifically and only talk to them. So now let's talk about confidence. Once you're clear on who your products or services are for and what you can do for them, and you've niched down, you've narrowed down very specifically to that audience, it's easy to be confident about what that outcome looks like. Just like you wouldn't want a doctor who wasn't confident in their abilities to treat you. The same thing goes with these other professions. So now let's talk about number 4, consistency. When you have inconsistent messaging, your audience, they don't trust you. Keep your messaging clear and consistent across the board, and that allows for fewer mistakes to be had when your network doesn't really know what you do. It's more on them than you. And then the bonus, number 5, you gotta make sure to tell people. If your content is only focused on education and not really that sales piece, this is what I do and this is how I do it, and this is why you need this too, people aren't gonna fill in the blanks for themselves. Your calls to action have to be clear, concise, and very intentional. So I hope that helps, and I'm happy to discuss this with you so you can feel really good going into 2024.